What's up, y'all? Agent WD-40 here. Today's episode of Harsh Ass News. We're gonna go around the YouTube here and we'll see what everybody's talking about this week. You guys might find it quite funny. Now we take it over to SC Reviews. Some little Snow Dub, cause of course. Got a little decoy voice and some liberal hive mind. Just letting everybody know what is going around the world. Sit back and watch this one. Hope you guys enjoy.
Full story. This footage was posted on Reddit and it says Melbourne man, in quotation marks, Melbourne man. What it should say is recent arrival washes his ass in public swimming pool.
He is, he's got so big. Yeah, it's in a bath. Yeah, he's washing his fucking ass.
Help us. I mean, usually I'd be making a joke about this, but this is just gross. Why are we importing people who behave like this? It just doesn't make any sense to me. They're just importing hundreds of thousands of people with apparently no prerequisites at all. Just bring them in. What the hell is going on? It is crazy. And you saw the kids in the background there. Kids and families just trying to have a good day at the pool. And you got this going on?
What the fuck? Awful. Right, kids, get out of the pool.
The Australian government, much like the UK government, the Canadian government, even the previous US government, have fucked over these countries and no one cares about it. Right, people just, just keep bringing more people in. Yeah, good idea. God help us. It's crazy.
When they're in the political sphere, well, the gloves are off. And I'm pretty sure I could say whatever I want because, well, they're political figures. And of course, the politicians that are freaking out are always on the Democratic side, except, we might get an occasional rhino here and there in these type of videos. But today, we got some good ones, folks. So hold on to your butts because we're about to rip a new one on some dummy libtard politicians. Let's go. First clip, here it is. All right, first one off the bat, we got Brother Lover here. Yeah, you know who this one is. This is Omar, the representative from Minnesota. And how she keeps getting elected is beyond me, but I think it has something to do with the fact that Obama, during his term, he dropped about 70,000 Somalias right in her district. How convenient to keep this bitch in charge, and it's ridiculous. So now she's out here blahing about her rhetoric and BS, and of course, she's pulling the R card as well, as you will see. Let's roll the clip.
It is really, really a sad day in America. We are witnessing a constitutional crisis.
Oh, yeah?
We talked about Trump wanting to be a dictator on day one, and here we are. Mm-hmm. This is what the beginning of dictatorship looks like.
Oh.
When you gut the Constitution and you install yourself as the sole power, that is how dictators are made.
Oh, do tell there, Brother Lover. So you think Trump is a dictator, huh? Well, Trump did say that day one he would be the dictator. Of course, he said after day one he would be done with that because, well, he planned to shut down the southern border, and that's exactly what he did. And I tell you what, he is making hella progress, folks. He is getting people shipped out back to their countries. He's getting rid of drug dealers. He's getting rid of rapists. He's getting rid of violent criminals from gangs, and he is shipping them out. But of course, Omar here wants to call it dictatorship when we're getting rid of horrible people in our country that are literally harming and killing and raping our American citizens. But you don't want that. No, you don't. Of course you don't. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. This stupid BIT to the CH really doesn't understand politics at all. She's a dumbass, and she continually pushes her rhetoric. But
in the strangest reality of them all, CNN actually ran a segment criticizing Elon Musk and big balls.
So this is a 19-year-old high school graduate who has used the unfortunate nickname Big Balls online. He is now working at Musk's behest inside Doge, and we looked into his background. And so we found, several notable things, Aaron, one of which is that this individual has founded multiple companies, including one with another unfortunate name, Tesla.Sexy LLC, which he established in 2021. He would have been around 16 years old.
I somehow doubt these two bitter old women in their late 40s woke up this morning thinking they would be discussing the efficiency of big balls in government. But here we are in 2025, where CNN constantly finds themselves out of their element, convincing their viewers that Doge, the governmental organization named after an internet meme, protecting their tax dollars like a guard dog, is somehow a bad thing.
So now you look at these young men who are now in data and in the private information about maybe hundreds of millions of American citizens as young as 19, the big balls here. I'm curious though, Kara, how well does even Musk know these young men, do you think?
I have no idea. I think there is no vetting whatsoever, as you can see, that's taking place. It took Katie and the really great team. Wired has done an astonishing job here. I could make a joke that's probably why he was hired for all this ridiculous nonsense and other nefarious things.
I love how they have a panel of 3 old ladies that openly know nothing about Doge, but they still have to try to convince their audience to be against it because it's an evil Elon Musk initiative. As I'm not exactly certain how any of these ladies got their jobs, and I'm not necessarily blaming DEI, but you'd think the editor of Wired, a magazine about technology, would know a bit more about the typical high-level programmer, a teenage male at that. As if she did, she would likely be a bit less shocked to know they named themselves after balls. And herein lies the problem. These older, out-of-touch NPCs have absolutely nothing in common with the people they're trying to communicate with. They think because a name like Big Balls offends their corporate standards, it's going to somehow impact how anybody in Gen Z judges their performance. And it's the same in politics. These senators are so old they can't even walk up steps.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Yup, pretty much as per usual. As we've grown accustomed to with these leftoids, they make all kinds of noise, they engage in all of these dramatic actions, all in an effort to make it seem as if they are the majority, when in reality they're just a very loud minority. There's been all of this commotion, all of this noise that the Democrats have been making following Elon Musk's involvement in this audit of the federal government, all this screaming, all this bluster, but when it really comes down to it, there's not really much there now, is there? They've spent all this time building up these narratives in the hopes that it would catch on and they could then mobilize the people. But these days, nobody's really falling for it anymore. They make a whole lot of noise, but there's simply nobody really backing them anymore. In other words, the left is officially hitting rock bottom. They used to be able to mobilize massive groups of people, huge protests, but no longer do they wield that power. I mean, look at the recent BLM protests in New York City, where like 10 people showed up.
Justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
Or that Puerto Rican protest that they did, I think, in Philadelphia, where again, only 2 people showed up with flags during the election. After those Tony Hinchcliffe comments at MSG, they used to posture big and, to a certain extent, they got people showing up, people dumb enough to fall for the narrative and essentially LARP as revolutionaries. But nowadays, nobody cares. And just recently, obviously, Democrats have been going on with this Doge thing, this anti-Doge resistance rally that Democrats have been attempting to stage. But I guess there's not too much behind it, because the moment it got just a little bit chilly, the moment the weather got a little bit cold, people just decided not to show up. Let's just say your narrative doesn't pack too much of a punch if cold weather impedes the revolution. Let me show you